Hey, so we have ventured off into Daytona, Florida. We are at the Daytona International Speedway, and we are going to be taking a tour of the track and facility, and we're going to bring you along. Come along. As you head in to the Daytona International Speedway tour area and the gift shop, there is a statue of Dale Earnhardt right behind me. And as you head in, it's very simple. You have one entrance, one exit. As you go into the facility, masks have to be worn inside the facility. And as you get in the facility, you'll see fairly vast. And you basically just go to the doors down here on the end and straight on, and you can buy your tickets. I'll show you. So as we came through the main doors, you're going to walk through the main entrance down through the middle and just around, as you can see, to where the ticket office is. Purchase your tickets. We were looking at, I think it was $20 for adults. Not too bad. You have the gift shop, the pit stop. So as we're waiting on our tour, we are just going to go through the they call it the pit stop, pit area, which is basically all of the merchandise. And boy, do they definitely have the merchandise. From ladies to children to babies and grown men. There's something to be had for everyone. Most definitely. Of course, this is for the children. I love it. And of course, I'm a Kyle Busch fan, so any type of hat or shirt you're going to want, it's here. And of course, all of the legends too. I particularly like all of just the Daytona 500 stuff. Really neat stuff. Hey, so the vehicles we are going to be taking the tour on is the 2500 Chevrolet Z71. It's going to be pulling the trailers behind. They are linked up with small speakers, so the gentleman giving the tour from the front of the truck is going to be able to broadcast everything he needs to for us, and we should be able to get a pretty good view of the whole facility.
My name is Jeff, and I'm going to be your tour guide for the next hour. Now, the reason I say remember that is there will be a test within like 3 minutes or 4 minutes of this tour starting, so I want everybody to remember that, okay? All right, anybody here named Jeff?
You?
That would be an easy advantage.
Your name is not Jeff. Your name is not Jeff.
I think you just changed his name, man. All right.
Got a couple of lug nuts off the race cars for the little boy.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So we're heading out for our tour. 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere in that sort. So pretty excited.
Keep your arms, hands, legs inside the tram at all times. Also, please do not stand up while the tram is in motion. Now, I have something interesting to show you right off the bat here, because I don't know, do we have anybody from Florida? I think we did. Yeah, there they are. this, we're about to head up something we call a hill in Florida. Yeah, all the Northerners are laughing right now. Again, I'd like to welcome everybody to Daytona International Speedway. Construction began of this speedway back in November of 1957 and was completed a short 15 months later in time for the first Daytona 500, which was held on February 22nd, 1959. In attendance at that first Daytona 500 were just over 41,000 fans. The entire speedway sits on 480 acres. Inside of these walls, over on the passenger side of the tram, we have 180 acres. Now, we're going to find out who's been paying attention. What did I say my name is?
Jeff.
Okay, that's about the same 5 enthusiastic people we had before. Yay! Now, the reason I bring that up is I'm about to play a welcome message to you from a guy I call the other Jeff.
As 2016 saw the closest finish in the history of the Great American Race, it not only conjured memories of Johnny Beauchamp and Lee Petty's 3-wide photo finish in the inaugural 1959 Daytona 500, but reminded race fans everywhere that a reimagined race experience hadn't changed the core of what Bill France envisioned decades ago. Welcome to the World Center of Racing.
Our track is used between 260 and 270 days out of the year that we cannot get on it. So we are able to today. We're going to be going out at our back stretch. And as you come out on the track, take a look to the left. Our back stretch is 3,000 feet long. Now that back stretch goes all the way down to the exit of turn 2. Over here on the left-hand side, you will see a part of our road course. That road course is 1.06 miles long. Now that's a small part called the bus stop or the chicane. Now you'll get to see the main part of that course later on. But the road course is used for Rolex, motorcycles, trucks, and other groups that come out here to do testing or private racing. But I need you to hold on, everybody, because this is where I take the tram across the track and show you what it feels like to bounce off of the wall. I'm just kidding. Was there anybody who thought I was going to do that? Was there anybody hoping? Yeah, see, that number usually goes up right there. Actually, I want to get you over here on the track. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but this is not flat. No part of our super speedway is flat. It's banked at 3 degrees all the way up to the 31 degrees you may be able to see out here in front of the tram. Now the reason our track is banked all the way around is for rain runoff. Coming up here on the right hand side you will see a Sunoco sign. When you get up closer you'll see it's actually 2 parts of a sign, and up in between those 2 parts we have 2 chairs. Those chairs are where the NASCAR spotters sit. They look for any problems that may occur on the track during an event, such as debris on the track or fluids leaking from those cars. Now you might have noticed this track has gotten a lot steeper over here. We're almost to our 31 degrees banking. Now just to give you an idea of how high that is, from the double yellow lines alongside the tram up to that wall at the top, it is just over 4 stories high. Now on race day, those NASCAR cars are coming through there side by side, nose to tail at 200 miles an hour. That seating area that you're looking at is 0.8 of a mile long. Seating capacity is 101,500, but on race day with our seats, our standing room areas, and our suites, we can accommodate on that side of the track alone just under 150,000 fans. Now take a look all the way up the top of the seating areas, 15 stories straight up, but the first thing that probably jumped out at you when you looked over there are the multicolored seat sections. Now I know everybody's looking to the right. I want you to look all the way down to the far end of those seats. This is actually done on purpose. It's an old television trick. When the television cameras pan across the crowd, it makes it appear that those seats are filled. However, we don't have to worry about that at the Daytona 500 because those seats are normally sold out.
So we've stopped the tram and we are heading into victory lane.
Alright guys, as you come in here, I'm going to tell you that while I'm talking, if you want to take pictures, right there in the middle of the stage there's a cutout. You can just stand right at the bottom there, take pictures, get that backdrop. The backdrop is still up there from the 500. Third floor, corporate suites, but the very special part of that building, if you look all the way up on top, you'll see an overhang. Underneath that overhang, we have 200 seats that we call President's Row. Without telling you how much it costs to sit up top there, we'll tell you that if you find yourself seated in President's Row, get ready for this. All your food and drink is included in the price of your ticket.
Now that's a deal.
Anybody tempted by that? Can everybody see that handrail up on top? That is where the teen spotters stand. Now there are other uses for that. That is the primary purpose. It's 16.5 stories up there.
So through the middle of the tour, we actually got to go to Victory Lane, right here in the middle of the facility. Really neat. I've been to the one at the Kentucky Speedway, but I've never been at the Victory Lane at Daytona.
I need everybody to say yes. Yeah. If we see him, he's going to ask you 2 questions. Is he doing a good job, and should we keep him? Yeah. So since you know the answer to the questions, we're ready to go. That is not going to be any cash.
As you can see, comedy never stops. We've had a good time so far.
The tunnel was built in 2004, and the amazing thing about the tunnel being built during that year is that 3 hurricanes swept through this area, but the project was built and completed on time. Now when we get into the tunnel, I'm going to tell you what's on the right-hand side wall because I want you to look at the left-hand side wall. On the right-hand side wall, we have the different motorsports events that are held out here at our track, such as karting, Rolex, motorcycles, trucks, and of course the cars of NASCAR. On the left-hand side though, on the left-hand side we have memorable moments in Daytona 500 history. Now I want you to check these out carefully because we're going to be talking about some of them between now and the end of our tour. Now, I will tell you while you're looking over there that my favorite driver of all time is on the wall down here. He's an old-time driver, but I'm an old guy. He won the 1967 Daytona 500, but he was known for racing in many different circuits around the world. His name is Mario Andretti, and the reason he's my favorite driver is because I'm from his hometown of Nazareth, Pennsylvania. But we're going to talk about the very last picture on the wall. It's coming up here, shows you the finish of the very first Daytona 500 in 1959. Very famous picture. Now when you looked at that picture, it appeared that 3 cars were finishing that race. However, only 2 of those cars were on the lead lap. Alright, now let's get back to that close finish. The closest finish in the history of the Daytona 500 actually happened back in 2016 when Denny Hamlin edged out Martin Truex Jr. for the victory by a mere 4 inches. By the way, time-wise, that broke down to 1/100th of a second. Now, this is the most photographed place, but not because of anything over there. Take a look on the right-hand side and look up. You'll see a huge Daytona International Speedway sign. That sign is 355 feet long, and the letters in Daytona are 13.5 feet tall. Now, all of you on the left-hand side of the tram, let's have a heart-to-heart. Some of you are probably feeling a little bit ripped off right now, other than that guy that's leaning all the way over there. For the rest of you that didn't get to see that sign, there is a reason why I'm up for Tour Guide of the Year. Watch this. Actually, there's no such thing as Tour Guide of the Year, but it is now on the left-hand side of the tram. The other reason I came through here, if we have any American Ninja Warrior fans back there, 4 seasons ago they filmed right here at our track. The main part of the course took place right where you're traveling now.
So, heading into the Toyota section of the tour. Really neat. And as a person that's worked for Toyota manufacturing, it's kind of cool. the neat thing is we keep going and going. I really didn't expect the tour to last this long and to be this extensive, but it really is. He's definitely entertaining and keeping you intrigued. So we have we're up pretty high now. I'm going out to take a look. I don't know exactly where we are. We're section 335, 336, and it's pretty nice for $20. One heck of a tour. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We'll leave the description down below for all of your information on that. Take a look.
Over here out in front of us, you'll see these yellow garages.
If we look down here, you can see where they're putting all of the dirt and mud. There's going to be a supercross here.
Right out onto the track. They didn't have the fancy haulers back then that we have today.
Hey folks, Future William here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, the Daytona International Speedway. We have actually enough footage and so much more on this facility. We spent over half a day there, and there was just so much to do and see. We're going to break it down into 2 or 3 different videos actually, and there's really a lot more to come, so we would greatly appreciate if you like, share, and subscribe. What we've got here, the likes really help, and we've got a lot more information and a lot more detail about the Daytona International Speedway coming your way. Stick around and we really appreciate it. Thank you much. Take care.